Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the Ecolinguist live show. This is the show in which you can call me live during the entire duration of this show, and we can improvise language challenges together. Sorry I'm a bit late today, but thanks for waiting, and thank you for your patience. I hope you hear me well and everything is working well from the technical side of it. Yeah, let me just maybe turn this light on, because actually today I forgot to turn on some lights. But that's fine, we'll have to deal with it. It's this way. Sorry for the noises. So, welcome all the regulars, and I actually see that some regulars already are calling me in, which is great. I'm going to add you in a moment. But for all of you who are new to the show, if you want to participate, if you want to call in and take part in the challenges and help us make this show, you will have to register. So you should find the link in the description box to the registration site. It should look something like this. You just have to fill in this form and a link with instructions how to join the stream live are going to be sent to your email address that you're gonna leave here. So there is that. If you're interested, you're welcome to do so. And let me go back to this screen. Yeah, so how have you been, guys? Let me have a look at quickly at the chat. So as you know, there are 3 other live shows happening that are related to this one on 3 different channels. We have 3 new channels dedicated to 3 different language families. We have Slavic Languages Hub. We had a great time last Saturday. I was streaming there for 2 hours and we had very good conversations with people calling from all over. Then we have the Romance Languages Hub that we had a show a couple of weeks ago, and it was fun. We were mostly focusing on French in that episode. And then there is also the Germanic Languages Hub that we kicked off some time ago, and it's also going to have more shows, so stay tuned for that. But this is the show where all the families, all the language families can meet and improvise language challenges. It could be either the format that we usually do on the Ecolinguist channel, which is focusing on the mutual intelligibility phenomenon. It could also be a non-native speakers show. So if you're a non-native speaker and you want to call in and just practice your language skills with native speakers that call in, we can improvise that. Maybe that's gonna happen. And also, I think we can try the language guessing game if we will manage. Because last week I had some troubles connecting to the system audio, but I think I solved this problem, so maybe today we could try that format. And also, actually, if you are a speaker of a language, if you're a native speaker of a language that is not covered on this channel yet, you are still welcome to call in, but we would turn it into a mystery language game. So you could like introduce your language, introduce yourself in your language, and then we could try to identify your language. So that's possible as well. So if you think you'd like to call in, just give it a go. Hey, hello everybody. I see lots of regulars here. And by the way, actually, there is one announcement I wanted to make, that next week I will be streaming on Thursday instead of Wednesday on the Ecolinguist channel. And if you want to know when I'm going to stream for other channels, Slavic Languages Hub, Germanic Languages Hub, Romance Languages Hub, you have to subscribe there and press the notification bell to know when I go live. But for this channel, the Ecolinguist channel, I will be streaming on Thursday instead of Wednesday. About the same time as today, but different day of the week. Okay, so you know what? I think the link is working. You can find the registration form here, so you can just register. Or actually, if you registered before, if you were called into the show before, you don't have to register because you should have that link in your inbox. So even if you didn't make it to the show, because I actually saw that after the show, I saw a list of people who registered but didn't make it to the show, you still can use the same link to try to connect today. However, the link to connect is different for different channels. So Slavic, Germanic, and Romance languages hubs, they have their own links. So if you want to call into this show, you have to use the link from the Ecolinguist live show. Yeah, so that's how it works. Yeah, so you know what? Let's meet Theo. I think we talked to him last time. Okay, Theo, I just added you to the stream, so you're about to show on the screen. Hopefully gonna work. Hey, sorry, I'm just gonna fix you. I'm going to fix your video feed. Hello, welcome back, Theo.
Just wait. Okay, can you speak again?
Yeah, welcome back, Theo.
Okay, there we go. Now my audio is regular.
Yes, how are you doing today, Theo?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Yeah, so for all the people who don't know you, who don't remember you calling, I think a couple of weeks ago, right? You made it into the show.
Yeah. I can't make it every Wednesday, but this one, since the holiday here, I can make it again.
Yeah, that's great. So for all
But
the people who don't know you, tell us where are you calling from and what languages do you speak?
so I'm calling from Brazil, and I can only really speak fluently English, and my native language is just Portuguese.
Okay, okay. Are you interested in other languages as well, possibly?
Well, yeah. At the moment, I am checking out Latin. Of course, I study Latin at college, but I'm also interested in ancient Greek. But a lot of other languages here and there. But mostly, I'm trying to focus on ancient Greek.
Okay, ancient Greek. Like, why ancient Greek in particular? What's so appealing about this language?
Well, okay, so since I already study Latin at college, I
Uh huh.
decided to try ancient Greek because it's a language that has a lot of connections to Latin. Both are like languages of the ancient world, so and also a lot of words, in a lot of European languages, they come from Greek. So it's always fun, to learn where they come from.
Lots of words. Yes, yes. Like,
Yeah.
do you have any examples?
Yeah, like so anything that has like in English that has like hematome, like hematoma, or like hematophagus, that's related to blood because the word for blood is haima, but in the genitive case is haematos. So you have haematos. So like we say that mosquitoes are hematophagus because they eat blood, and also the phagus there, the phagos, that's eater. So that's eating. So
Aha, yeah,
eats
yeah,
blood.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I think Mika from Finland. She said, "Oh, I sorry, I messed up the comment." So Mika from Finland says that they also use that word, that root Greek root in Finnish,
Yeah, hemoglobin.
hemoglobini.
Hemoglobin. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
hemoglobini.
hemoglobin, which is the like cells in your blood. So globin because it's a small, like little circle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's definitely, yeah. I see the appeal of ancient Greek, of course. There's lots of words that we use, especially in sciences and anatomy and medical sciences,
Mm-hmm.
which is great. So we can improvise some challenges today if we have some other Romance languages speakers calling in. But
Mm-hmm.
meanwhile, I thought that we could try something different, maybe, because um,
Mm-hmm.
we could try to play the language game, maybe.
Yes. I always love to be challenged like that because I look into a lot of languages, but there's some that I still haven't ventured into. So it's always something for
Yeah,
me to discover.
so hopefully the system audio is gonna work. I think I will have to test it. Okay, let me test it like real quick.
غسان تنطلق اليوم
Can you hear it?
الجمعة فعاليات أسبوع الشبيبة في أستراليا، وتهدف النشاطات التي تقام خلال هذا الأسبوع إلى تسليط الضوء على طاقات الشبيبة الذين تتراوح أعمارهم ما بين سن 12.
Okay, so it was just a test. That was just like a quick test to see if you can hear the
Yeah.
sound. Okay, so I
That,
think
that sounded very like Indian, like like Indo-Aryan language, you know.
okay. So what would be your guess? Just to warm up to the
Well,
game.
okay, because I heard a lot of sounds that are like the shabab, and like usually these languages that have this combination of like a lot of sh, but also a lot of like b and p sounds. They make me think of like Indic languages or like Middle Eastern, like Arabic or some language like that, or like Turkish, something in that region. Was what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Um,
So there are three options that they showed on
mhm.
this side. It's either Arabic, Russian, or Spanish.
Then it is Arabic. Come on.
Yes, of course it's Arabic. Of course it's Arabic. It's
Uh,
very easy level.
yeah.
Just for a warm up. So just the announcement. The announcement. I need to make the announcement that we don't know what those people actually saying. I hope that the samples are pretty neutral,
Appropriate.
appropriate. Yeah, YouTube appropriate, but we'll see about that. So just before we continue, actually, I see another person calling, so maybe we're going to have a double challenge here. Uh, so Theo, I'd like to fix your video a little bit. So maybe if you could potentially just move your camera a little bit to the middle, if
Oh, okay.
possible.
Okay. Sure. Sure.
Just like yeah, just a little bit like
There
that.
you go.
Yeah, that would be
There you go. There you go.
great. Okay. So I think that we can do this challenge today. If we have maybe one more person calling, we have Kalayan calling, who is going to join us in a second. So Kalayan, you're joining us. Hopefully that's gonna work. Hello there.
Hello. Can you
Hey.
hear me well?
Yes, we can hear you. Hello,
Nice.
Yes.
welcome back to the show. I'm
Nice to
glad
be back.
you guys calling back. Kalayan, tell us where you're calling from and what languages do you speak, just to remind everybody or introduce yourself to new people who are watching.
Of course, of course. So I'm calling from Eindhoven in the Netherlands. That's where I study. I'm in college right now. And my native language is Bulgarian, but in terms of other languages I speak, I speak English on a near fluent level, I would say, like C1, and also French, which I've done for 4 years in high school, and a little bit of Dutch, which I'm continuously exposed to every day being here in the Netherlands. So, yeah.
Okay, that's great. Um, so, so you know what we're trying to do. We are trying to play the guess the language game today. Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought that what would be fun is to introduce a little bit of a competition. So actually, I'm trying to figure out how to do the online buzzer thing. So we could do it in the way that you have to buzz
Yeah.
in, and
Oh,
whoever buzzes in first gets to have the first attempt at guessing the language. So just let me do this. Yeah, I think that's
just put my camera down a little bit. There we go.
okay.
Buzzer.
Okay, hopefully I will be able to to use it. Okay, so I'm going to send you the link to the buzzer, and we're going to test it before we start playing the game.
Okay.
If there is one more person that wants to join, they can call in right now, because after we start playing the game, there won't be we won't be adding any more participants. So if someone wants to join in, you can call in right now. Okay, so did you guys find the buzzer thing?
Wait, where did you send the link?
Oh, it's the interview chat, the guest chat.
Yeah, I joined the
Okay.
game,
Oh,
and
I see.
I'm gonna pull it up on a different window, so both the meeting and the buzzer are visible for me.
Oh yeah, that's the technical part. So I see you already there.
Alright.
You're already in the game,
Mhm.
Galoyan.
Okay, join. I'm joining. What is the? Oh, okay, that's the code.
Buzzing.
Yeah. So guys, what level would you like to do?
Surprise us.
Easy, medium, or hard?
Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, I'm hard.
Hard. Okay.
Hard would definitely pose a challenge. I've always wondered, like, what my language comprehension for languages I've never studied before is. So should be pretty interesting.
Okay, so we can do that. I'm going to set the hard level. So the rules are going to be that I think there is six languages or something. So we'll see who's going to have more points at the end. Okay, and we're probably going to improvise the rules as we go, because it's happening live. We're testing this idea, but I think that before we start, I want to test the buzzer. So let's see if the buzzer works. I'm going to start the countdown. And actually, guys, do you have it ready? Like Theo, do you have it open in the window, or is it comfortable to use? Comfortable to press the buzzer?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, okay, so let's start and see who's gonna
fine.
buzz in first.
Okay.
Okay, I see. So Carl was obviously first. It works. I hope you guys heard the buzzing noise. Okay, clear the buzzers and we can start. So let's abandon this and hard. Maybe let's start with medium. Let's start with medium.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
because it might get really difficult.
Yeah, let's not go above and beyond too early,
I mean, I'm not.
Start off slow.
I won't be able to choose the languages that are going to appear. It's kind of randomized by the system. So we are using the Language Squad website basically. Maybe you've played it before, or if not, that's where I'm getting the samples from. So yeah, the idea is that you have to buzz in. You will be able to buzz in after I start the buzzer countdown. So first I'm going to play the sound, and then I'm going to play the buzzer, start the buzzer. So just give it some time to listen. No, wait. It has to be very
One
clear.
question, are we allowed to hear back the language sample again, or will we just hear it once and then we have to guess?
Well, I will see how the interface works, but let me actually do something else here, because I first need to start the count the buzzer, and then I will play the sample, because otherwise it's going to be too confusing. So whenever you think that you're ready to answer, just press the buzzer. You have one attempt to answer it. If you can't answer it, or you answered it wrong, it's passed over to the other participant. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's do this. The first sample.
Termasuk pangan, pakaian, perumahan, dan perawatan kesehatannya, serta pelayanan sosial yang diperlukan, dan berhak atas jaminan pada saat menganggur, menderita sakit, cacat, menjadi janda, mencapai usia lanjut, atau mengalami kekurangan mata pencarian yang lain karena keadaan yang berada di luar kekuasaannya. 2. Para ibu dan anak-anak berhak mendapatkan perawatan dan bantuan istimewa. Semua.
Okay, Cal, you buzzed in. What's your suggestion?
Well, based on what I heard, I definitely heard a few Italian loanwords in that, which to me sounded like a dialect of Arabic, because I heard a few words like Quran and a few like Arabic roots that I've picked up on by watching a lot of videos. So I think that is the Algerian dialect of Arabic. That's my guess.
It isn't. It isn't. So, Theo, your turn. Do you want to hear? Do you already have an idea, or do you want to hear it again?
Yeah, I have an idea, but it's like 3 different ideas. But it to me sounded more like, because of all like I heard like Brumahan and Bakara, like it ended with a lot of an things, and to me that sounds a lot like Indonesian, but also like Tagalog. So, but I'm gonna be safe and guess Indonesian.
It is correct.
Nice.
It's Indonesian, yes.
termasuk pangan.
Yes, that's Indonesian. So, first point to Theo. Okay, let me clear the buzzer, reset the buzzer. Are you ready for part 2? Language number 2?
Yes.
ইতিহাসের গবেষক সামিয়া খাতুন তিনি তার গবেষণায় বলেছেন 1800 পদচারণা ছিল। 2009 সালের জুনে সামিয়া খাতুন জানতে পারেন ব্রোকেন হিলের একটি অ্যাবরিজিনাল বসতি এলাকায় একটি মসজিদের খবর এবং তিনি এও জানেন যে সেখানে একটি কোরআন শরীফ রয়েছে। অনুসন্ধানী সামিয়া ছুটে যান সেখানে। স্থানীয় কাউন্সিলের সহায়তায় মসজিদটিতে ঢুকে তার আগ্রহ আরও বেড়ে যায়। বাক্সটি খুলে আশ্চর্য হয়ে যান সামিয়া। তিনি আবিষ্কার করেন এতদিন যেটাকে একটি বই, যেটা পরবর্তীতে জানা যায় 1887 সালে প্রকাশিত এটা একটি তো জানার বিষয়টিকে তার পিএইচডির গবেষণার বিষয় হিসেবে অন্তর্ভুক্ত করেন।
Wow.
No volunteers.
This is really challenging all of a sudden.
Okay. Oh no! Someone just buzzed in.
I didn't press the buzzer.
Well, I buzzed in, but I thought it was still within the time.
Yes. Who? Someone is hijacking our buzzing system. Björn.
Great.
No, that's
minutes and we're already
that's
being
me.
hacked.
That's me.
Okay, so you changed your name.
No. I mean, yeah. I didn't put my name. I put the name that I use on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay. So it was you. You buzzed
Sorry
in.
for the confusion.
Yeah, I thought someone was hijacking it. It was like, how?
No.
Okay, guys. So Theo, what's your guess?
Okay, so I heard the only word that I really heard clearly was bulletin. So, and that to me sounded like kind of Russian, like Slavic in a way. So that could, obviously that's a long word. So I'm thinking it has to be a language that took some loan words from like Russian, that Russian took from like French. So I'm guessing it's a language in that area, like Caucasus, or like in there, like near Russia. And I'm thinking like Turkic, because I know some Turkic languages have like a lot of Russian loan words and inspiration. So I'm just gonna be totally random and guess Uzbek.
No, it's not Uzbek. It's not
Okay.
Uzbek.
Okay.
Cal, do you want to try?
Oh, okay then. The only identifiable trait for me was that it sounded like it's on the Indian subcontinent. That's the only thing I could pick out. but since India in particular has a lot of different languages in one country, it's kind of hard to pick out exactly what language that was, because it could be Hindi, it could be Urdu, it could be Kannada even, like it can be anything. But I'm just gonna pick a random guess and say Kannada, maybe.
No, it's not. It's not that language. However, so since none of you gotten it right, what we're gonna do is I'm going to give you three options. Okay, but you cannot buzz in until I say that you can buzz in. Okay, so I will read to you three options, and then I will say now you can buzz in, and then I will start the buzzer. So the three options are Bengali, Hausa, Indonesian. You can buzz in now. Kal, okay. Kal, you were first.
Yeah, out of all the three, Bengali sounds like the most logical one to me, so I'm going all in Bengali.
Yes, that is the correct answer. So
it was something in the Indian subcontinent.
in the Indian subcontinent, yes. So we have a 1-1. Actually, I should actually start keeping track of the points.
Now all the Bengali speakers are gonna come after me and be like, "How could you mistake our language for Uzbek?"
Yeah, I mean, they're coming after you. Yeah, definitely.
They're coming. They're
So be
coming.
ready.
You're definitely gonna get lynched after the stream, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So let's see what's happening in the comments at the moment. Okay, so people are participating. That's great. That's great. But you guys, you don't try not to read the comments. Maybe just to keep it fair. Good. So if you're ready, we can start with the third one. Okay.
Giữa bối cảnh tranh chấp Biển Đông căng thẳng, truyền thông trong nước đưa tin Ủy ban Nhân dân thành phố Hồ Chí Minh vừa chỉ đạo Sở Du lịch phối hợp với các ban ngành liên quan phát triển các tour du lịch dịch vụ ra Trường Sa. Tờ Dân Trí cho hay 2 công ty du lịch và công ty cổ phần dịch vụ bay và du lịch biển Tân Cảng được yêu cầu lên kế hoạch mở chương trình du lịch giá cả phải chăng để thu hút khách du lịch ra thăm quần đảo này.
Theo, you were first. Yes?
Okay.
What's your guess?
So that is a tonal language. Tonal language from like Southeast Asia. So I was between Vietnamese and Thai, but I think I definitely heard more traits that I associate with Thai. So I'm gonna guess it's Thai.
No, it's not Thai. No. So Kal, do you have a guess?
Well, this may offend some people in case I'm wrong, but I definitely heard a lot of sounds and in general, like inflections that sounded like we're in mainland China, as in like one of the many Chinese languages, because I may be wrong, but some of the inflections definitely reminded me of a language spoken in China and the surrounding areas. So, but the actual language sample sounded a lot more. I don't know how to describe it. It's like very like choppy, but like choppy in a way, which Mandarin doesn't sound like that to me. So I'm gonna guess Cantonese.
No, it's not Cantonese.
Yeah.
No. So we're gonna do as we did before. By the way, this means that the counter stopped. I should maybe disable this sound settings. Sorry. Past timer, play position timer. No, whatever. I will figure it out later. So what we're gonna do? I'm going to read to you 3 options, and then I will tell you when to buzz in. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So don't do false starts. So there are 3 options: Yiddish, Vietnamese, Farsi. You can buzz in. Carl was first.
Yeah, out of all these options, it actually makes sense that it's Vietnamese. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Theo, you were so close. You were so close
Yeah.
yeah,
to get this one.
The thing that set me off that it had the thing that set me off that it had to be Vietnamese and Thai is because those are tonal languages that have something that uh, uh, Mandarin and a lot of Chinese languages don't have, which is they end a lot of words in consonant sounds. Because for the most part, Mandarin Chinese doesn't end anything with consonant sounds. But there's a lot of like p and t and k in Vietnamese at the end. So when I was hearing a bunch of p, I was like, oh, that sounds a lot like Thai or Vietnamese. But I had two options and chose the wrong one.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's also the thing that confused me about the sample because I also thought, wait, Mandarin doesn't typically end most words that way, so that's why I didn't guess Mandarin because, of what Theo said. So yeah, it made me like, oh, is it Cantonese? Is it like a little bit further south, maybe Vietnam or
Yeah.
but I didn't want to like risk it, I guess. So I went with my safer bet, which turned out to be wrong. So
Okay.
Yeah,
And
I think Cantonese ends things with consonants actually, sometimes. So yeah.
yeah. Okay, guys. I see that you know some stuff about languages. That's great. So the question is, can you hear it all right, or is it too quiet? Because I can increase the volume if you want.
I can hear it fine.
yeah, I can hear it fine as well. The only thing that kind of introduces a bit of challenge for me, I guess, it would be the occasional background noise coming from Theo's feed. But then again, it only happens sometimes, and the language sample is loud enough to like be
I am going to
be
increase the volume a
intelligible.
little bit. I am going to increase the volume just a little bit. If it's too loud, also. Oh. Alex Javier is asking for. Yeah. It was a little quiet. That's great. That's great feedback, guys. I'm gonna increase it to the maximum. If it's too loud, just stop me, okay? But let's see what we can
The
do with
background noise
this.
should stop. By the way, it was my cat doing some hijinks, but now
Oh,
it's fine.
Okay. Cats are welcome.
Cats are welcome. Yeah.
Yeah. All
cats
right.
are exempt. They are friends, so yeah.
Yeah, they're allowed to make some noise. But anyways, so if you're ready, we can start with the language number 4.
All right.
Let me start this.
Kauppalehti kertoi eilen, että Venäjällä rahat ovat loppumassa ja hankkeita pannaan siksi jäihin, tällaisia infrahankkeita saatetaan pysäyttää tai ei aloiteta. Yksinään tällainen saattaa olla Pyhäjoen ydinvoimalahanke. Projektijohtaja Minna Forsström, miten pitkään tällainen uhka on ollut tiedossanne? Olette siis tietoinen siitä, että tällainenkin mahdollisuus on olemassa. Minna Forsström, mitä se tarkoittaisi tuolle ydinvoimahankkeelle, jos sitä 2 miljardia ei tulisikaan?
Carl, you were first. What's your guess?
At first, I thought that it could have been Icelandic because I was hearing a lot of sounds that are common for that language, like the sh sound, for example. But then I remembered that certain Finnish dialects could sound a bit like the surrounding languages in the area. In the fact that certain sounds change to a different type depending on where in Finland they speak the dialect. But then again, this sh sound is really confusing things for me because it can be the sole determiner of what the right language is. But since it's all in good fun, I'm just gonna guess Finnish.
Yes, that is correct.
Oh.
Theo, did you think it was Finnish as well, or you had a different guess?
Okay. I definitely thought it was Finnic, like sounding, but I thought that it was going to be Estonian because I was trying to pick up on traits that I recognize from Finnish, and it just sounded more Estonian to me. So I would have gotten it wrong.
Yeah, Estonian, could sound slightly similar to Finnish, to someone who's not familiar with those two languages. Yes. Okay. Good. So Theo, you have to be faster with the buzzer, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're ready, let me reset this, and let's move on to the language number 5.
Parijdagi Bataclan konsert zalida o'zini portlatgan. Prokuror Fransua Molins so'zlariga ko'ra 29 yoshli Mustafo mayda jinoyatchi va radikal qarashdagi shaxs sifatida politsiya ro'yxatida bo'lsa-da, uni hibsga olish uchun biror asos bo'lmagan. Hujumchilardan kamida 3 nafari Fransiya fuqarolari. Minglab qochqinlar qatorida Yevropaga kirgani ma'lum. Bu shaxs oktyabrda Gretsiyaning Leros orolida ro'yxatga olingan, so'ngra Serbiya va Xorvatiya hududidan o'tgan. Har uchala mamlakat buni tasdiqlagan.
Theo, yeah, you're first.
So first I was thinking Slavic because of, a lot of the words and a lot of the sounds, but then some of the endings to the words made me think it sounds more like Hungarian. So I'm gonna guess Hungarian.
It's not Hungarian. It's not Hungarian. Carl, do you have any ideas?
So here's where it gets interesting, because the endings of certain words and the accent as a whole sounded very, very Russian to me. And then I remembered that in Russia, people don't just speak Russian. There are at least 22 different minorities who speak various Turkic languages over there. So, but that led me wondering, which one out of the 15 or so Turkic languages is it that I'm hearing? Then I also remembered that Kazakh could have certain dialects of Kazakh could also have a very Russian accent. So to not waste any time, I'm just gonna completely go out of Russia and guess Kazakh, even though I might be wrong.
It's not Kazakh. It's not Kazakh.
I figured.
So what we can do, I can either read to you 3 different options, or you can listen to it again and have another attempt. What do you prefer? We can listen to it again, and then and that gives you an extra clue, maybe, or more time to think, or.
Yeah,
The last
I
2
think
times we kind of went with options, so I figured to change things up, I figure we should listen to it again and see what we guess this time.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that then. So I'm going to reset the buzzers.
Parijdagi Bataclan konsert zalida o'zini portlatgan. Prokuror Fransua Molins so'zlariga ko'ra 29 yoshli Mustafo mayda jinoyatchi va radikal qarashdagi shaxs sifatida politsiya ro'yxatida bo'lsa-da, uni hibsga olish uchun biror asos bo'lmagan. Hujumchilardan kamida 3 nafari Fransiya fuqarolari. Minglab qochqinlar qatorida Yevropaga kirgani ma'lum. Bu shaxs oktyabrda Gretsiyaning Leros orolida ro'yxatga olingan, so'ngra Serbiya va Xorvatiya hududidan o'tgan. Har uchala mamlakat buni tasdiqlamoqda.
Carl, you're first.
Just doing a blind guess, since I know there's a large majority of ethnic Russians in this region that could influence the accent of the language. I'm just making a blind guess. Crimean Tatar.
No, it's not that. It's not Crimean Tatar.
Okay. Yeah, I have no idea. This has to be Slavic. This has to be in that region. Either it is a Slavic language that I'm just not recognizing, but I feel like since he speaks Bulgarian, if it was a Slavic language, you would at least be able to recognize it a little bit. So it cannot be Slavic. Has to be Slavic inspired. So I'm just gonna go with. I have no idea. I don't like Chechen. I think that's the name of the language. Speaking Chechnya. Yeah, Chechen. I'm gonna go with that. Just blind guess.
It's not Chechen. No, no. So I will give you the options now. Let's do the option things, but we're gonna change the buzzing thing. So I'm going to start the buzzer immediately, and so you have to be fast with buzzing in. Okay, so you can buzz at any point. Okay, let's start the buzzer. So the three options are Uzbek, Yiddish, and Maltese. Theo, you were first.
It's Uzbek.
It's Uzbek, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. What gave it away?
No, I mean, first he said Kazakh, and then I thought, yeah, it could. Like, I thought, wow, wouldn't it be ironic if now it was Uzbek? But then he mentioned, Tatar, and so I was like, I want to go in a different direction. I'm not gonna trust Uzbek anymore. But then you said Uzbek, and I'm like, has to be that.
Yes, yes. So here Carl gave you a little bit of a hint.
You're welcome.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
If there's one thing though, a new thing that we've learned is that I didn't know that Uzbek had this much of a influence from Russian in the accent. Like I thought that Kazakh would have that that difference in accent, but I guess not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of the Turkic languages, like I said, a lot of the Turkic languages except Turkey, the Turkish, are very like Russian, influenced, I feel.
I mean, there were definitely lots of loan words from Slavic languages. We could recognize lots of Slavic words there, but the grammar felt different, and the sentence structure and everything definitely. Okay, so I think that we are ready for the language number 6. Okay, let's listen to the sample.
Я недавно повернулася де їхала разом з нашою делегацією на собку католицької церкви, котрий відбувся в Івано-Франківську. У нашій делегації її очолював наш владика Кир Петро Стасюк. Їхали також отець Брайан Келті, диякон Михайло Жилан, Юліана Гасет від епархії в Мелбурні, Ірина Бонджорні із Брізбену і також Сара Лисевич із Канбери.
Theo?
Okay, so it has to be Slavic because I like the one distinct thing I heard at the end was like takoj. So that has to be Slavic, but and like Frankisku and all these endings. So it's not Polish, it's not Czech, it's not Ukrainian. Now I'm gonna go with something like because I don't know that language, that Slavic language very well. So I'm gonna go with Macedonian.
It's not Macedonian, no. I wish I had like a sound effect for that, but I didn't prepare it. Yeah, well, that's not the right answer. So Carl, over to you. You can suggest your guess.
Well, my first guess, like in the first few seconds that I heard it, was definitely Ukrainian, but then I started picking up on the subtleties of the accent, and I thought like, wait, this sounds a little bit more West Slavic to me than East Slavic. So then I thought it could have been Rusin, but then certain things that reminded me of Ukrainian came back again. So yeah, I was kind of torn between Ukrainian and Rusin when I was listening. So I'm just gonna take a blind guess and say Ukrainian.
Yes.
Oh, so it was Ukrainian.
It was Ukrainian, yes. So you got the point there, Carl. I agree that pronunciation is not something that we are used to. Like if you listen to Ukrainian news, for example, it just sounds a bit different. But let's see what people say in the comments. Some people say it's like Ukrainian with a weird accent. Matej suggests that it's Ukrainian with strong English accent. So maybe it's like it's a second generation Ukrainian, because
That's interesting because I definitely heard. I didn't hear any English accent, but I heard like very like Ukrainian mixed with Slovak to my ears. I'm not sure if that was what
yeah,
the accent was, but yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I won't be able to explain it, but when I was listening to it, it just didn't occur to me that it was Ukrainian, because it definitely sounded like it sounded Slavic, but it sounded like it was more like one of those that I don't have a lot of familiarity with. So I was like Slovenian, Macedonian, but
Yeah. I wish we had maybe. I wish we had an Ukrainian person or someone who knows more about Ukrainian dialects and accents to verify that. But it's definitely Ukrainian. It's just maybe a particular dialect of Ukrainian. They were talking about Australia though, like Canberra and stuff like that.
yeah,
So
I
maybe
heard
they're a
Brisbane.
second generation Ukrainian Australians, or
Could
something like
be.
that. Yeah, it could be that.
Yeah, a few people in the comments say it might be someone from the Ukrainian diaspora, like outside of Ukraine. So it could be that. But yeah, the that last sample was definitely something, and it was definitely a good one to kind of end the challenge because uh, just by the accent alone, it can veer you into so many different directions that could easily sway your guess.
However, this is not the end of the challenge, because I see there is language number 7 in the deck, so we can
7.
try that.
I thought there would be
Let's
6,
do
but
let's do.
no.
I thought so. So I wasn't prepared for this that much, because I thought about this, but I didn't have time to like test everything before the stream. I tested it for yesterday for last week's stream, but it just didn't work because of technical problems. But I'm glad it's working now. So if you guys ready, let's move on to language number 7. Okay, let's listen.
Saudara pendengar, dalam kampanye pemilu kali ini, kedua partai besar berusaha untuk menarik kelompok-kelompok migran baru untuk menjadi pendukung mereka. Salah satu kelompok baru yang sedang berkembang adalah yang saat ini telah mencapai jumlah hampir 500 juta orang. Partai Liberal sebelumnya dikenal berusaha menjauhi komunis, namun kini hal tersebut telah berubah di mana Partai Liberal berusaha keras
Anyone? Carl, you were first.
Well, I heard a lot of. At first, I heard a lot of romance words, but then as the sample went on, it definitely started sounding more Asian to me. And since I know that Tagalog has a lot of its vocabulary come from Spanish because the Philippines was a former Spanish colony. I'm just gonna make a blind guess and say Tagalog, even though it may be Chabacano as well. But yeah, Tagalog.
This is not Tagalog.
Well,
Yes. So over to Theo. Theo, what's your guess?
Okay, so I heard I was yeah. So at first, I thought it was gonna be something romance. So at first, I was gonna be like, "Is it Maltese?" But then it started veering towards that part of Asia with like Indonesian and stuff. And I heard orang, and I know that's Indonesian for person. So I'm thinking it has to be a language like that. But I don't know if the program can repeat a language like that so soon. So I'm tempted to say another language, but I'm just gonna be safe and say Indonesian.
Yes.
Ooh,
That was a
nice.
tricky one. So
It was,
so
yeah.
Theo, you will always recognize Indonesian no matter what happens, you know. You're always gonna recognize that language.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to mute you for just for a little bit because there is some background noise, okay?
Yeah. Okay. Just
Yeah, just I have to mute, especially when there is like a music in the background, because YouTube can just treat it as a copyright strike or something. So we have to be careful with playing the music in the background.
yeah. Sorry about
Okay,
that.
thank you very much. Good. So let me see if there is more. There is more. There is another language. I think there is 9. I think there is 9. This would be the 8th, because so far the results are: Theo, you have 3 points. Carl, you have 4 points. Okay. So if there is 9 languages, the situation can change dramatically towards the end.
Indeed.
Can you actually hear the wind behind the windows?
A
No?
little bit.
No, okay, because there is like crazy windstorm happening outside right now in Scotland. But
Here it's raining. Yeah. So.
yeah, so good. Let's reset the buzzers. And if you're ready, let's start with the language number 8.
Ja kas sa ikka veel töötad? Kas sa ei ole juba pensionil? Ja mida sa seal täpselt teed? Ja kui kaua sellise tee valmis tegemine aega võtab? Aga lähme natuke ajas tagasi ja alustame algusest, et kuidas sa otsustasid, et sinust saab üldse insener? Miks sa arhitektiks ei tahtnud saada? Ja sinu ameti nimi on...
That was a short sample.
I can play it one more time if you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing so far.
Okay. Let's play it again.
Ja kas sa ikka veel töötad? Kas sa ei ole juba pensionil? Ja mida sa seal täpselt teed? Ja kui kaua sellise tee valmis tegemine aega võtab? Aga lähme natuke ajas tagasi ja alustame algusest, et kuidas sa otsustasid, et sinust saab üldse insener? Miks sa arhitektiks ei tahtnud saada? Ja sinu ameti nimi on ehitusinsener. Ja mis on vahel lihtsalt inseneril ja ehitusinseneril? Ja ehitusinsener tegeleb siis millise ehitusega? Nimeta siis mõned suuremad sillad, teed ja tunnelid, mida sa oled oma pika karjääri jooksul aidanud ehitada.
Theo.
Okay, so first I thought it was gonna be something Nordic because I thought I heard like kväll, which is like evening in a lot of Nordic languages. Then I started thinking it could be something Celtic, but yeah, just because of some sounds. But now, because of those last few sentences where it was like ehitosin, and there was a lot of those endings with a lot of consonant vowel things. Now it sounds more like Finnic to me, but I don't think it's Finnish, and so I'm gonna go again with my guess that this is Estonian.
Yes, this is
Wow.
Estonian.
Great job, man. I would have never picked that up. Wow.
This software is tricky, right? It's just like it's taking us all over the place. Yes, so
I
we
would
have
guessed something Celtic, but yeah.
so we have a tie. We have a tie. That's interesting. So yeah, there's going to be the language number 9, and I think it's going to be a deciding one.
Ooh, the tiebreaker.
The tiebreaker, yes.
This is where the game ends.
We'll see. Maybe there is a 10th language, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think that there is only 9. We'll see. So clear the buzzer, and yeah, let's start with the language number 9.
Ja, med mig på tråden har jag ambassadören till Australien, Per Ahlberg. Hej Per, välkommen till programmet. Jag förstår att i denna veckan så då är det verkligen är blandad kompott för dig den här veckan. Och vi ska faktiskt få träffa projektledaren i veckans program också och prata lite mer om den utställningen, så att det är väldigt...
Okay, I see it's Theo. Theo, you're first.
Okay, this is gonna be really embarrassing if I get this right. This is not Danish because this did not sound. Does not sound like it had two little syllables. Let me explain it that way. But also, it did not sound Swedish, so this has to be Norwegian.
No, it's not Norwegian.
Oh my
Dun
god.
dun dun. Yeah, so Carl, it's your turn. Your turn, Carl.
Well, I think Theo just blew my first guess out of the water because I also thought it was Norwegian because of the reasons he mentioned. Like it doesn't sound like it has too few syllables, and also it doesn't sound Swedish enough. But yeah, since Norwegian is out of the game, I'm just gonna go to my second guess and say Swedish.
Yes, it's Swedish.
God.
Yes.
Yeah, it did not sound Swedish. Yeah.
Didn't it? Let's listen to it again.
Ja, med mig på tråden har jag ambassadören till Australien, Per Ahlberg. Hej Per, välkommen till programmet. Jag förstår att i denna veckan så då är det verkligen är blandad kompott för dig den här veckan.
Okay, the reason I didn't think it sounded like Swedish. Okay, so it's definitely not like, let's say, standard Swedish. It's more like dialect, because the reason I didn't think it sounded like Swedish is because I know Swedish has more of a trilled R, or like a rolled R, as more r. And this has, I think, more of a Germanic throaty R, like a h. So that's why I thought it was Norwegian. Because I associate Swedish more with like verkligen and jarra and da. So that's why I didn't think it was.
Yeah, so I think it's because they do include different dialects in the challenge. Yes.
Which is a nice thing because it makes it more fun to sort of guess how the dialect would influence the final guess. And yeah, that dialect really trumped me as well because I initially thought, oh, this must be Norwegian 100% because of that more Germanic, like true Germanic sounding R. And also the fact that the first time I listened to the sample, I didn't pick up on that pitch accent that was characteristic of Swedish. But when I heard it the second time, that's when you saw me lean back and I was like, oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, so so I see that there is the 10th language. So the software really likes the round number. So we just need to make the decision that this is going to be the final one for this challenge, so we can see who's gonna be the winner tonight. Because if we keep going, it might be difficult to kind of select the winner. So far, Carl, you have 5 points, and Theo, you have 4 points, and also because there could be those samples are random. I don't really know what's going to play. If it happens that it's one of your languages or something, then you can just let the other person guess, I suppose. But we're not going to count this towards any points. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good rule for this kind of thing. Okay, good. So let's start the final one.
지난 5년여 동안 남맥상을 보여온 전국 초중고등학교의 커리큘럼, 즉 교육 교과 과정의 전국 통합 단일화 작업을 추진해온 연방 정부가
Carl, you're first.
Complete shot in the dark, Korean.
Let me see. Yes.
Yeah.
Shot in the dark, but yes, Carl, you got
Korean and Japanese are like ones that I don't think you could ever mistake because they don't have that thing where they have like sister languages. So there's nothing that really sounds like them,
Yeah. Yep. So that was a good one. Yeah, that was a quick one also. So congratulations, Carl, you won this round. So applause to you. I wish I have prepared the cups of satisfaction, but I don't have any on hand.
Yeah, I was wondering where are the cups of satisfaction?
Yes, I have to. For next time around, I will have to get them ready. So that was fun. That was fun challenge,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that the buzzers worked. And the diversity of languages was pretty good. It's like we experienced languages from all from various language families from all over the world. So that was great.
Yeah, and it just reminds us how diverse the world is and how different cultures are in various parts of the world. So, yeah.
Yes. So that was an atypical Ecolinguist live show, because we usually do the language challenges, the mutual intelligibility things, but today we managed to pull off a different format, and that's great. I think that actually, if there is nobody else calling, is there? Well, there is one person calling, so maybe we could do what we could do. We could add just one more person, do one more guess the language challenge,
Yeah.
and then we can slowly finish the show off for tonight. This is your cup of satisfaction, Carl. Laura, thank you so much.
Laura.
Yeah, you know what's going on. Good. Yes, so let me add, because I think it's Leonardo that we already know. So let me add.
Theo, you have some praise in the comments saying that you are good in recognizing Finnic languages. Some people were guessing Turkish and so on.
Theo?
I'm just citing what
yeah.
the comment is.
Yeah, I've studied Finnish a little bit before, and I remember when I was studying Finnish, I do that thing that some people do when they study a language that has like a sister language. I went to look into Estonian to see the differences, and people say that Estonian sounds like drunk Finnish, and so the way I just recognize these languages is that they have a lot of these endings that are characterized by these, like the case endings. So you have a lot of sin and line. So when I hear a bunch of that, I'm just like, yeah, that has to be Finnish or Estonian.
I was actually amazed how you were able to pick up that it was Estonian, because I was so sure that it was maybe Scottish or Irish Gaelic at first, because yeah.
Yeah, at first, like I said, I thought it was something Celtic because I was hearing a lot of h, like when you said like mitzach, like that just sounded like such an Irish or Scottish word. But then I was
Yeah.
like, that ehitosinte, and I was like, no, ehitosinte, that has to be a Finnic word.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we
So
had
from
a
that
Finnish.
time-
We had an Estonian speaker last week, and we wanted to play this sort of game, but we weren't able to because of technical issues. But it came back in a different form. Okay, so you know what? We can add Leonardo. Hello, Leonardo.
Hello, guys. Sorry for joining a bit
Hey.
late, but I have a history test tomorrow, so I had to revise everything I have for my test. So yeah, that's why I'm
Great.
here just now. But in the end, I managed to join anyways, so I'm really happy.
Welcome.
Leonardo, so you know what we're doing here?
Yeah, I followed it a tiny little bit, and you are doing a bit of a guessing game. Aí, Theo, boa tarde, tudo bem?
Boa tarde,
Hey.
tudo bem?
Yes, so you guys.
We just played, I think, two or three live streams ago. We were together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that live stream, you had me guessing the Italian word.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So we're going to do like one more challenge, maybe two. If the first one is super easy, then we might move on to something more difficult. But it's just going to be a quick one. So yeah.
how does buzzing live work? So should I buzz or who should buzz exactly?
So you will be able to buzz once you start hearing the sound of the language.
Okay, so wait a second then before you are starting the recording, because I am going to isolate the window where buzzing live is from the Ecolinguist Ecam live stream, so that I am able to buzz whenever I hear it without any impossibilities of having to change any windows. I am here. I'm ready.
Okay, good. So I just thought, you know what? Let's do three quick rounds. Since you are three of you, so everyone will have a chance to guess.
Hello?
Yes, Leonardo, can you hear us?
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay, good.
Wait.
So Leonardo, can
Shall
you
I-
just...
Shall I tick the sound thing on buzzing live? Because I don't know how it works.
Yeah, you can turn off the sound, because we don't need that, because I will see who buzzed in first. So actually we're going to
Okay.
quickly test it. I'm going to start it, and Leonardo, you can buzz in just to practice, okay? Because
Okay.
Theo and Kade already know how it works. So buzz in. Great.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, now we
All
know
good.
you know how it works. Good. So
You are going to reset the buzzer for me, right then?
yes, I'm going to reset the buzzer for everybody, and whenever you're ready, I'm going to play the language sample.
Okay.
For all you college basketball fans, there's no time to catch your breath. A second full slate of games is on tap today in the mid.
What?
Okay, I give up because I don't think I can recognize that language.
It's too difficult.
Same. It's a complete mystery.
Yeah. Like, I don't think it's even from this planet, guys. I think they brought an extraterrestrial.
Sorry.
Let's change the sample.
Yes, let's do this again. Okay. Because I don't know which one they're going to play, but like if it's your native language, by the way, Leonardo, if it's your native language, just don't buzz in. Let other people try to guess, but we are not going to count it towards the points. Okay.
Sure.
Okay, so let's start this.
isla taas laftigeeda haddaan aan kasii hadalno waraysi laga qaaday oo arrimahaas wax laga weydkaanka u dhaxaysa waxa uu sheegay in uusan booliska victoria si gooniya u bartilmaameedsanayn dhallinyaradaas hase ahaatee boolisku ay baarayeen dhacyo badan oo ka dhacay eriyadaas oo dadka dhacay lagu tilmaamay.
Theo, you buzzed in.
Just because I heard like what I see, like very clear English in the middle of the sentence, and then some sounds that sounded very Indian. I'm gonna guess it's Hindi because I know that they sometimes sprinkle English even in between their own language. So I'm gonna say Hindi.
No, it's not Hindi. No. Yeah. So now only Carl and Leonardo, you two are going to buzz in, okay? I'm going to start playing. I'm going to start playing the language, and you can buzz in whenever you're ready.
isla taas laftigeeda haddaan aan kasii hadalno waraysi laga qaaday oo arrimahaas wax laga weydkaanka u dhaxaysa waxa uu sheegay in uusan booliska victoria si gooniya u bartilmaameedsanayn dhallinyaradaas hase ahaatee boolisku ay baarayeen dhacyo badan oo ka dhacay eriyadaas oo dadka dhacay lagu tilmaamay.
Carl?
Complete shot in the dark based on my estimation of where the language might be spoken. The Moroccan dialect of Arabic?
No, it's not that. No.
Okay, nice.
Leonardo, do you have any ideas?
I had an idea on Arabic too, but then if it's not, I was in I got in that direction too.
Okay, so it's not Arabic then, not at all. So I'm going to read to you three options.
Okay.
And you can buzz in any time now. So the fastest person wins, basically, the answer. So let me read that to you. So there are three options: Slovak, Faroese, Somali.
Wow.
Leo was first. Leo?
It's Somali.
Yes.
Nice.
Somali.
Yeah,
It's actually in having a bit of choice and getting into the fact. Actually, Somali, I might have guessed it somehow, thinking in the back of it, because sometimes some of those words that he was like talking about and stuff he was talking about, he used words which also came from Latin and from Italian, obviously, because of the brief period in which Italy colonized that territory.
You know what? That actually makes sense because right next to Somalia is Ethiopia, which Italy tried to take over but failed because, Ethiopians are
Exactly.
badass.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so that was a tricky one. Yeah.
That was a really tricky one because actually it was close to Arabic somehow. Yeah.
It sounded in
I'll
some
ad-
ways.
I will admit that now that I think about it, me thinking that the what I see part was like the English what I see, it was probably just a word like what I see. Like it was just a word in their language that
Yeah.
sounded
Yeah.
English.
Yes. Yeah, that's cool. So let's start with the round number 2. Okay, I will clear the buzzers and let's listen to the sample.
A szülőket elsőbbségi jog illeti meg a gyermekeiknek adandó nevelés megválasztásában.
Kal?
Hungarian?
Yes.
As soon as it was like Kalesh the bun. Yeah.
That was a quick one. Yes, very, very, very good. I wish you let it play for longer because I really enjoy this language. So it would be nice to just hear it. But it's
Because
just
you're fluent in Hungarian, right, Norbert?
yes. I studied Hungarian for a while, so I have a special connection to the language. Good.
Yeah,
Did you
You
get?
know why I knew it was Hungarian? This is actually a funny story. For some reason, on certain cable boxes when I was little, for certain cable channels like Cartoon Network or Boomerang, we wouldn't get our Bulgarian dubs for them, but for some reason we would catch the Hungarian dub of said channels for whatever reason. No one knew why, but yeah, when I was coming over at my grandma's place for a few hours during the week, I would watch TV on there, and sure enough, Boomerang was all in Hungarian. So I kind of learned how to like pick it apart from the other languages in the area. But yeah, for some reason we caught a lot of Hungarian dubs for some channels.
That's really interesting and strange because even me though, thinking about my past years watching TV, I'm going ahead into the more specific cartoon channels. They were all dubbed in German. We got German dubs from Switzerland and not even Italian dubs from Italy. That maybe wasn't necessarily Boomerang or some quite commercial channels, but really going ahead. Sometimes I got into these cartoon channels which were really interesting, but all dubbed in German.
Yeah,
I guess there
very
was a
interesting,
market. I guess there was a market for Bulgarian parents who wanted to educate their kids on Hungarian. So there you go. They just made those dubs.
Maybe.
Yeah, it was more. It's more.
yeah.
It was more of the like what antennas were picking up, receiving from the waves. Well, I used to have cartoons on VHS tapes, dubbed in Dutch actually, or Flemish, which was kind of interesting.
Why?
Yeah, I had some connections. Some family members worked there, and they just sent them over, and I would just watch them without understanding them at all. Like I just like.
So you didn't have the occasion to learn any Dutch then?
No, but I watched those cartoons because the kids, they just watch anything. But as long as it's cartoon, they're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's fun. That was fun. Okay. Yes. So I think we are ready for language number 3. Let me just reset the buzzer. That one is going to be an interesting one.
지난 5년여 동안 난맥상을 보여온 전국 초중고등학교의 커리큘럼, 즉 교육
Theo,
Okay, this is Korean.
you think it's Korean, and you are correct.
It was
Yes.
exactly the same language. I was doubting because it sounded almost like Fujianese, but that's Korean. Yeah, exactly. I was doubting because you put Korean before.
Yes, that's the thing. Like this website is good. It's called languagesquad.com, and they have samples from all over the world. And actually, they have multiple different samples for the same languages as we could experience today.
Yeah.
So this is great for language recognition practice. At some point, I would like to get back to Guess the Language show and start doing it more regularly.
Yeah.
But meanwhile we can just do it live and just have some fun.
Just have some fun between virtual friends we meet all over the world. Yeah.
Yes, and you can meet more friends, or you can chat to people on Discord, the Ecolinguist Discord server.
I already am into it, and we did a lot of challenges with Magnus, Ruben, and the other guys. Yeah.
Yeah, there is lots of different voice channels. You can meet all kinds of people speaking all kinds of languages. But you can also call in next time into the Ecolinguist live show, because I'm going to stream next week on Thursday, though. I'm not going to be streaming on Wednesday. So let's see what's going to happen then. Yeah. So I think it's a good moment to finish the show for today. It's been a lot of fun. Congratulations to all of you. Carl, you won the big cup of satisfaction in the first game, and in the second game you all got 1 point. So that's great.
Yeah. It's a draw. Yeah.
It's a draw. Yeah. It's a tie.
three-way draw.
Yes. So thank you so much, everybody. I will see you next week on Thursday. Have a good night, and see you later. Let's hang out later.